What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is June 26th. It is the day of the 626. Stitch dropped today. Welcome back. Another episode of Let It Ride. I'm your co-host, Brandon.
I'm Cam. Great intro with the Stitch drop, but more important manners than another drop. We've seen plenty of those, but although unofficially announced, not yet announced by the Veve official nor Ecomi Twitter, is that it appears that most of, if not all, Veve users have access to the web app beta platform, which is a huge come up for Veve users.
And we've already seen this kind of encourage a market spike. So we're getting a little bit more positive market sentiment now, just simply because people feel more comfortable. They finally put together one of the things they've been talking about for a year plus now. And although it is a beta, I think it looks great. Cam, I know you've been playing around a bit more. You got some comments?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I'm not going to sit here and shit on the Veve web app. Like it's obviously great. It's pretty much everything I can imagine. And obviously it's only going to get better. It literally says beta on it. Yep. Like if you look in the top left corner. So it's not meant to be a perfect product. I think one of the biggest things that has to change is the showroom. Mm-hmm. Like the showroom is not great quality. I don't know if you tried to mess around with it on your.
I have not touched it yet.
Yeah, I definitely didn't give you an incentive to. I told you it was not great, but that's the only real knock I have on it. But market transactions were great. I haven't loaded in gems yet, but you did. Yeah. You said that went well.
Yeah, so I actually loaded in yesterday. I made a market move. Talk about it later, but I deposited just 100 gems. Kind of want to test the transaction, and really shockingly came in. I said I want to drop 100 gems. I got 100 gems. Spent $100. 100 even. No decimals. Right, not $99.99, no tax, no Apple tax, no even US tax.
Right.
The 100 was flat, charged against my card, seamless. I mean, funny enough, as soon as I did that, I actually got a KYC pop-up on my screen.
Right.
But wasn't able to follow through with it. So I'm kind of thinking it was a bug that I had.
Right. Incorrect. Right. Incorrect KYC request. Right.
But I mean, everything else got in. So I was pretty shocked. I was like, KYC.
But, right. No, we all freaked out. We thought it was KYC because we mentioned earlier that once you get the KYC request, then you become, Veve verified. That's after you submit your documentation, proof of address, whatever. And then from there, you'll be potentially in the running to get the MTL kind of beta testing group. Whenever that comes about, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, which has got to be the most Veve line ever, the most Veve line ever within the next couple of weeks. Like that's just always their next line. Yeah. But either way, this is obviously a huge step. And again, it's just something that everyone, first of all, you see people on Twitter that are getting Veve verified. They're getting KYC, right? So that just makes more people confident to put money into the app to begin with. But then they see a relatively functioning web app that also increases, user confidence. And you mentioned that there was a little bit of a market spike, which is true. Foster Hilt is another Veve influencer. He was saying that, I think it was yesterday, was like the really big pump. But he said that he was checking his phone. Granted, he's got a Veve vault that's, hundreds of, and probably he's got thousands of collectibles, I imagine. Mm-hmm. But his vault valuation was increasing by 5K every hour. Like he was just making $5,000 every hour yesterday. So big pump yesterday. It actually did come down a little bit though today. As from what I could see, I checked it really quick before we started this video and stuff looked a little bit down, but we can talk about some of the purchases we made. I just talk about the market and what we were seeing.
Yeah. So I guess we can kind of good lead in. I can kind of chat here, share my web app actually, and we'll see what this looks like. So let me know how that looks, Cam.
Looks pretty good. You're on the showroom screen. So
and
you can see your collectibles 27. You got more than I do.
Hopefully out here on YouTube, you guys can see it well. I'm not sure the sizing. We'll fix it up for next video. I am using a widescreen monitor, so going to be some problems, but
good enough.
Here we got. I do have right now 27 collectibles. Did get the Stitch drop this morning. Common, unfortunately. However, I will say I'll plug, shout out Serena, my girlfriend, this morning. She reminded me of the drop and grabbed a secret rare Stitch sub 500 mint. So
Impressive.
very impressive. That's her first drop since God knows when.
Yeah,
But
she's been in the game for a while, right?
yeah, she's been for, I'd say, at least since Christmas.
Wow. Okay.
As you can see now, I mean, profile wise, this is me. Everyone feel free to drop a follow, check out the profile.
Dude, but it's so hard you can't just even search a Veve profile yet in the feed.
Yeah, not yet, but
you got any market listings? That's how you can do it.
Beta. Yeah, market listings and like 9999 or whatever.
That's honestly the way to do it. And we'll probably have to do it to plug our pages, but we'll just have to say, listen, I'm gonna list my C3PO for 1.3 million or whatever the max is, and then you can go follow me from there, because that's probably the best way to do it. Or list some random comic or something, you know what I mean? But list it for a ridiculous amount of money. Worst case scenario, somebody buys it for that much money, and then you're okay. You know what I mean? So it's a win-win.
And so this is, I'll go through my collectibles here. This is my happy collectibles that I'm pretty happy with here.
Right.
Not your biggest vault, but again, I was August 19th. I didn't get too many early drops, but again, I was August, got some stuff when it was low, was able to get a lot of drops early off the rip, but didn't have that kind of confidence like a lot of people to just kind of deposit a bag into the market and just go hog wild.
Right.
I will say this isn't my total OMI balance. We're gonna leave my OMI balance off screen, but I'm a big OMI hodler, big OMI believer.
Is the OMI balance gonna be in the video or no? Or is that gonna be blurred?
No, I'm gonna leave it in there. I don't care about that. But
that's I thought you were saying.
No, there's additional OMI that's not in the balance. I still have a bunch on elsewhere.
Are you officially no millionaire, or are you just short?
I am. You
are? Okay, nice.
But now to what we're actually going to see, because I just got excited about my vault, seeing it online again.
Okay.
we were looking at, I did pick up a few Thors here. I actually went down and grabbed
recently
commons, but yesterday deposited 100 as a test transaction and just went for, first appearance Thor. Cam actually reminded me that this was out here. I was like, the graphics, not the greatest, but it's an FA top character, big 5 currently Marvel character of all time. Movies coming out. These got a spike. They're sub $20 as of right now.
It was $50 retail, and it was about $20 yesterday in the market, low 20s.
Third. Yeah, $19.99 floor.
Right.
But I paid 85, got a 245 sub 500 mint. First appearance, not complaining in the slightest.
Nope. I think that's a great get. Especially, it's funny that I saw you tweeted from the Let It Ride Twitter about that guy.
I love my collectibles. He's a good dude.
All right,
the videos are super informative. He just basically does, top 10 drops to grab right now. Top 10 drops under 500. He's
all right. We plugged him. There you go. Love that.
Yeah. So did we make any moves, Cam? Make any big moves lately?
So yeah, I made big moves. So I recently, on the drop, we talked about the Star Wars lightsabers. I got Mace Windu, which is the ultra rare.
Do you want to share your web?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. So I received. Let me share. I can't talk and share at the same time. Let me see. I'm the host now. Let's go. All right, share screen. Here we go. And sharing. Nice. Let's make that full screen. Okay. So I got the Mace Windu and the Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber on drops. The two of them. One was the ultra rare. And I just saw a random tweet on Twitter. It said cheapest / best buys. It shows up on Twitter in the algo, whatever. And it just said, Ahsoka Tano, Secret Rare was 148. I thought, wow, Secret Rare for 148 is a pretty decent buy. So I went through any comic that I had that I could sell for more than I got it for, whether it's on the drop or in the market, pretty much went through and sold.
Aside from the big boys.
Yeah, aside from, Marvel 1, ASM 1, and Fantastic Four 1 can't be touched. I'm not selling any of those. But anything other than that was pretty much fair ground. So I sold a couple ultra rare comics. I think I sold first appearance ultra rare Thanos for $40, which again is pretty low on the grand scheme of things, but just the current state of the market. Sold a Spider-Man comic book reluctantly, kind of on accident today because I'd already
It's the
acquired
one
all.
rule of the channel, Cam. One rule.
I know, dude. Never sell Spider-Man content. I sold it on accident because I had it listed, so I wasn't going to sell it anyway. But then a bunch of other stuff sold before that did, and it didn't need to be listed anymore, and I forgot to take it down. But neither here or there. I have the gems now to use for drops this week. So, but basically, I acquired 144 gems. I actually sold the Secret Rare comic for 75. I figured I'd get the MCP trade-off, Secret Rare for Secret Rare, comic for collectible. And speaking of MCP points, I went for the whole set and actually took down Ahsoka Tano for 144, and she did great, jumped up to 164 yesterday. And then, of course, to make me feel bad about myself, dropped down to 130. So, but that's okay because it's a pretty thin floor. I was looking at it a little bit. There weren't too many listings there to keep it below 140. So I'm not too worried about it. And then I also got Kylo Ren and Yoda. Yoda was a pretty good buy. I got him for like 22 and he's at 24. So pretty good with that one. And then let's see, let's go back to collection. Perfect. And then Kylo, right? Kylo Ren I got for 36. He's at 31, so he's down a little bit. But on the grand scheme of things, these blind box retail for $60. And most of them, actually, if not all of them, except for the Secret Rare, are below retail. So I thought, lightsabers are cool. I want MCP points, and a cheap Secret Rare for $150 for a lightsaber I thought was kind of worth the deal. Kind of a gamble, but I went for it. Hadn't made plays in the market in a while.
Yeah, and definitely another thing we can also touch on, Cam, if you want to go into the marketplace quick, is we see a lot of these price floors are dropping. Like obviously you can see these 3 stitch up here. There's a lot of them on the market. There's 900, 800, 450 on the market of those stitches. But if you scroll down and you look at, other collectibles that are on the marketplace, like the 71 Batman,
right.
44 are on the market right now.
Right.
44 out of 12K mint. Captain Carter, 53. I think there was a 6,000 mint. But like these are less than 10%. A lot of them are even less than 1%.
1%, right, exactly.
You see those price floors that are down there like that, and you're listing your items up. I don't know why or what you're doing, because you're not going to let, as Cam always says, I'll let you say it.
I mean, you can't let 1% of people with a collectible dictate what that price actually is. You know what I mean? Just because you shouldn't. I mean, cliche, but if I jump off a bridge, you're gonna follow me? Like, no, you shouldn't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all these people are gonna do that. This one hurt me the most only because I got it on the drop. It was a $40 blind box. It's down to $8.
Yeah,
hurts, and like I don't want to sell it, but it just hurts.
You got to think as more and more users come on. People are gonna like different things, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, dude, this Coca-Cola is $8. This is gonna be cool for my vault." They start a Coca-Cola collection. There's gonna be some weirdo that's gonna say, "Oh, I want every single Coca-Cola NFT collectible on Veve that's ever gonna get dropped," and he's gonna go buy them all.
So here's my take, though. So this is kind of what I was thinking about today, and I'm sure this is what other people think, because it all has to do with the state of the market when you're selling in Veve, right? So, so I could sell my Coca-Cola right now for 8 gems, and I would argue, with the state of the current market, that I would have as much buying power in the Veve app, but as if I were to wait until it was back up to retail 40 gems, because by the time it is up to 40 gems, partners are going to be 55K. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why I kind of understand some people selling, but when there's so few people selling, if it's not necessary, like really necessary, then I probably wouldn't go about it. But that's kind of the thought process I had today.
In the value of liquid, I don't know. Everyone's obviously liquid money's in a different place, but in my point today, it's like the other day I wanted to get a low mint Thor, test out the web transaction. Am I really gonna list up a bunch of things for $8 or deposit $100? I had $100. I know that my 100's going to go a lot further now in the long term if I deposit 100 as opposed to selling 5 collectibles to equal that 100.
Right.
But obviously it's a personal financial situation decision.
Definitely just something to think about. But
buy what you like, and sit on it, as we can't say enough.
Right. So I'll run through my vault really, really quick. So obviously I have the lightsabers. I got Thor on the drop for $50. He's obviously down. We talked about that. I got the Coca-Cola Starlight.
Wazowski.
Dude, and then the Mike Wazowski, I messed up. I made emotional purchases to try to be smart. I was a huge Woody fan as a kid. I loved Toy Story. They dropped right away. I didn't get the drop for whatever reason. Maybe I forgot something, right? I didn't get the drop. So I was like, wow. I just thought, so the market had been doing okay. I don't know when these dropped, but it's probably before April when things kind of really went downhill. So Woodies are really expensive. They were like over $100, maybe 200. And I was like, all right. And this is when I was just dumb because I got emotional about Woody. I just wanted him that badly. And what happened was, all these collectibles were fresh off the drop because I got there a few minutes after, the market opened. And then, the prices are just jacked up because supply and demand. Not all of them are on the market yet because not everybody has it. And then I buy these Mike Wazowskis and they tank. I bought them for I think $100 each, and they're both worth like $20 each. So I got murdered. I spent like $200. It's now worth 40. But I imagine that, once these climb back up, they'll be retail at least, whatever the retail was. I think they were a $50 blind box. But so I got killed making that play, trying to get Woody. And then these are my pride and joys, my golden moments. Pizza Planet off the drop, Wally on the market, my greatest market purchase of all time for $245. Simpsons both on market, getting rocked with those right now. And then love to see Spider-Man content, a couple Spider-Man comments. So that's just
the golden moments.
Yeah, golden moments, and then Marvel, Star Wars, kind of my things. So that's all good there. And then I don't think you can see comics on a profile though. Is that correct? No, you can only see
on a profile and collection. You can.
Right, exactly. Yeah, but comics, nothing really crazy. But you'll notice though. I mean, granted, you hit a couple more drops than I have in the collectibles, but really not that much more.
Right.
But your vault's definitely worth more than mine. But it's kind of interesting to see the difference in number of collectibles.
Discrepancy really is I got that 3PO on drop early.
Yeah, right. So that
makes up the full difference pretty much in our
right.
vault
value. Yeah, but it's crazy to see the number of collectible difference is kind of what I was really getting at, right?
I have a lot of little
because you haven't sold too much of your stuff in market where I'm definitely a little bit more active, I'd say, between the two of us.
Definitely.
And I would like just 4 golden moments alone, that 3 of which I bought on the marketplace. Right. It's not even so that kind of makes up for that discrepancy, I would say.
How many comics do you have?
Oh, definitely not. I only have 35. Yeah, you had 70 something, right? 71, I think.
71, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like you've gotten twice as many drops as I have.
Right.
By any stretch, right? Like it's just I've been more
active in trading. Stuff.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how I have no idea how our MCP points are gonna stack up.
Dude, you get a lot of MCPs for market transactions.
That's what I also thought, but I also see them wanting to because you get also points for having stuff. You get points for having secret rare comics. You get points for all those things. So, this is also a buy, by the way. Where can I find it? I saw a tweet about saying, I was like, I 100% agree. Let me see. It's Stranger Tales 110, FA Doctor Strange.
Sergeant Tales? No,
Strange Tales 110 though. That's 111.
So a lot of hubbub around Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos.
Yeah, I also sold one of those, so I hope they're shitting on it.
Strange Tales 110.
Strange Tales 110.
Ooh, see, I got Strange Tales 111 ultra rare, baby. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, so 110. This was dropped, in bad market conditions, I'd say within the past. So it was right before Doctor Strange came out. So that was in late April, early May.
Wow, 23.
And it's at 23. And I still think that's a good deal.
Wow, the secret rare is 1,400, 1,300.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So I think 23 for a common is a great steal. So there's my market tip of the day for anybody interested. FA Doctor Strange. Comics and Crypto have deemed this pretty close to Grail status. They have the updated list. I believe this is in the top 5.
Wow.
Of their rankings. Yeah,
top 5, and we're sitting under 25 gems right now.
Yeah, you'd have to check.
Relate everything to real world, so they know more than anyone.
Yes, this physical comic has sold very well.
Right.
Yeah, that's their biggest, indicator, variable, whatever you want to call it, for how much of a Grail comic is in the VV app. But I think there's obviously the big three, FF1, ASM1, and Marvel 1.
Yep.
Maybe one other comic, but I think this one could be number 4. I'm so serious. Like, this is how high up it is for them.
I'd love to see if I can see what they got.
Battery running out.
Let's see if I can pull it up. Comics and Crypto, VV comic ranking.
Yeah,
Sure I can grab something. So yeah, we got S tier, obviously. So VV Comics ranked so far by dropping number 1 rank by far. Amazing Spider-Man 252.
Share your screen.
You gotta
Oh,
switch
yes.
over to me, host.
Yeah.
Bubba.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. Should be good.
So we can do this. Can take a look. Marketplace. How can you see my right screen look good?
Yeah, it's 50-50. Yeah. There you go. That's better.
We're going to take a look here. So we're going to see, obviously, this Amazing Spider-Man 252. This is the extremely low mint. This is 1,000. This was during the height of
Oh, wow. I
VV
forgot
hype.
about this one. Oh, my God.
Master hype of the VV collectible.
Is this Comics and Crypto?
This is Comics and Crypto.
Really?
I'm sorry, this is not.
This is not. Yeah.
Ranked,
Didn't look,
but
yeah.
I guess this is pretty cool too. Let's see.
Let me see if I can. I'll also search my interwebs.
Amazing. Can you not search comic books?
I don't know. Let's see. Comics and Crypto podcast. Let's see.
Well, we can take a look at this too, because this looks like a pretty good list.
Yeah, it definitely does. Oh,
Well,
Ghost Rider. Forgot about that
I
one.
can talk down here. Yeah, we got Amazing Spider-Man 252, 1,000. This is obviously top tier. Second one, first Marvel comic, first comic NFT that we know. This is Marvel Comics. This was the one that was published after they changed the title, right? So it was originally a different title, I believe the comic book was. But so this is first Marvel ever, first comic, not Johnny, but not Johnny. Johnny is the Fantastic Four. I don't know why I just said Johnny.
Yeah, I don't know where you got Johnny from either.
60K mint, so high mint. I think this is going for around 200 right now, even the common, but the secret rare is crazy. 100 still exist in the real world. There's been reputable sales on this. Obviously, Amazing Spider-Man 1. Second appearance of Spider-Man. This comes after the original Amazing Fantasy, is it? When Spider-Man's first appearance. This is first solo comic. The first comic, though, of the full series Amazing Spider-Man, which is where everything's coming from. Daredevil, FA, Fantastic Four FA. This obviously is a good note. MCU still years away.
Yeah.
Doom, Doom's going to be, he's coming, whether we like it or not, he's coming.
Right.
Star Wars up there. Wow.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. We got a guess that looks like around definitely top 10.
Yeah, it's funny. So if you go on, so it's kind of curious. I just looked up, so I went on Comics and Crypto Twitter page. They have like a link tree, and you can like click on their VV comic rankings if you pull up their Twitter.
Sweet.
They do have Strange Tales 110 at number 4, which is kind of crazy. Yep.
Wow.
So
it might be a scoop then.
So they're big on it.
Might be a Loda. I guess I got 2 already.
I do have 2 as well, 2 commons. So
well,
I do have 46 gems, and I'm really thinking about just splurging on 2 more of those commons just to get them.
Let's look at these blue chips that they got. I haven't seen any of this stuff.
Yeah, who is this? So just so we can shout them out.
I have no idea. This is VV Rank.
All right, shout out VV Rank.
This is a cool site.
This is a very cool site. Obviously, all of their opinion. This is not just factual, but it's still very cool.
This is factual.
Yes, the Todd. Yes,
Todd is factual.
Yeah.
And then this is interesting. They put the Rizzo above partners.
Yeah, I think I would probably say so. Number of mints definitely plays into it.
Yeah, and it's the secret rare of the Todd set, from what I understand.
Yes, correct.
The movie ticket, obviously the Donnie.
Yeah.
150 mints.
Yeah, right. Ridiculously low.
Vader.
Yeah. hate to see that's going to be like a running joke on this pod. How badly we just messed up Vader. You didn't do too bad. I still haven't bought one yet, but yeah, we
I only
goofed.
wasted $50 and I
I
gave up
mean, yeah,
the
you
full
was
chance and the full chance to get a increase.
ultra rare though. That's the
Right.
problem. You gave up the chance for the ultra rare.
Yeah. so
DeLorean. You got one of these,
DeLorean.
right?
I do have a DeLorean.
Oh, but is there an interactive one that like
Yeah, there is. There's a couple of them. I
okay
don't know which. Yeah, this is the
interact? So
of
that's gotta
course.
be
Elsa, Mickey, R2,
right.
Harley, Aston Martin. Wow, Steamboat Willie. I don't know how updated this has got to be.
Yeah, it's definitely that's also another one of those that's like live action. It moves, it sings or whatever, so that could be playing into it.
Cool. Let's see what they had for. They did this already. What else? What else? What they got? All right, it's cool.
What a random page to stumble upon as we talk about comics. So yeah, I'm definitely probably going to make a purchase by the end of the night.
Top VV Omi creators: Cavell Anderson, Crypto Chris,
It
Daniel.
was just a shout out to the influencers.
Yep, Foster Hill. We love Foster.
We do like Foster. He's definitely more reasonable. He's very, very, very bullish. Don't get me wrong, but he's more reasonable than. With all due respect, we love a man, Randy Chavez, but he's maybe a little over, especially Cavell. Cavell's like a $10 Omi guy. Like he's so, but they're again, we appreciate their support of the community because they make it big time to get attract as many people into it as possible. But Foster's a good guy as well. He definitely does good stuff. They're also big escrows. Like they help with a lot of transactions and stuff in the community. So they're good for the community. They're all good, even though they might overhype it. Probably what the community needs anyway. So definitely down for those guys.
Yeah. So I guess overall we have. I mean, we said we were going to make another problem. We had a lot to talk about. I think we had really quite a bit to talk about with that web wallet, web app, everything really. Web wallet looks cool. Web app, I didn't even show you can click the payout button, but it does say payout still restricted. Fun fact, if you go to the app store, not the app store, but if you go to the app URL and then type in KYC in the back, you can see the KYC landing page. That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot to come still soon.
Yeah, so that's really the next thing, right? So I'd imagine, I mean, if I were to guess, so I would say probably tomorrow, to Monday, start of the new week, we probably get the VV official Twitter account to tweet about more people with access because this is a big thing. A lot of people got access.
Did they have an AMA on Friday?
No.
There will be one soon though, next week or something, right? There's got to be.
So that's the thing, like the community update video,
July update or something.
So they do the monthly video, but what happened was, so I don't know if they'll fall behind schedule now, but I guess their May one got super delayed because end of May they were traveling for whatever they were doing. They had like the decon, like opening party or whatever. So they were traveling. So that video got delayed to like the second week of June. I don't know if they should have a video in theory by the end of this week, but I doubt that'll happen only because they got so much going on with everybody, at least what looks like everybody using the web app. I don't know if you've had anybody else try to use the web app because I'm kind of curious. Like I'm probably going to have Christian log in, my brother, just to see if he has access because
I'll probably go talk with Jack after, log him in.
Yeah, because there hasn't been any official announcement as to whether everybody has access. And that seems like something that's announcement worthy because some people just won't know if they don't go on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
So that's something worth noting. But I would imagine, this week that you're just going to see more and more people get KYC invites, which is good.
Hopefully one of us gets on there.
We'd love to be one of those people. Absolutely. That is the next step.
If you're one of the 100 people watching this, VV, please, Cam and I will give you walk everyone through the process.
Absolutely. We'd love to walk everybody through the KYC process. It did say 5 minutes specifically though on the KYC page that you saw briefly.
Yeah, it does.
So 5 minutes. So it shouldn't be too hard.
Information's accurate. You haven't had a lot of moves recently. You got an updated ID. I think the process should be pretty smooth. I mean, they've had enough freaking time to get it right.
Yeah. So and then so once KYC happens, and then we're just waiting on NTL, then the pressure's really going to be on. Not so for Veve, but everyone's just going to. The hype is really going to come back because MTL is kind of just the one thing that people really want, just for confidence in knowing that they can get their money back. But for the whales and the early birds, once MTL gets completed, that's when you see marketing, but more stuff with the OMI token that we haven't really talked too much OMI in a while. Omi did do pretty well today, though, back up to 14 hundredths of a cent, I believe. Was at 15 for a little bit, drop back down, but that's more of a long-term thing. But that's kind of been put on the back burner. They've even publicly stated that Omi's kind of secondhand right now to these Q2 priorities of MTL, KYC, and web app. So we got web app, at least for now. That's only going to get better. Once we get MTL, we can really start focusing on Omi and MCP and the more.
I'm very excited for MCP.
Beneficial stuff. I think Omi utility and MCP will have much more value to us than MTL.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But you can't have those crypto features and MCP without MTL to get that big user base. MTL is going to bring in a lot of people, is what I would imagine. So, and bring a lot of people back that have kind of gone away.
Like, I guess we can kind of touch on what we had texted about earlier today. It's like when we get these MCP, or not MCP, when we get MTL, right? People are going to be cashing out their gems. Just want to see, kind of basically to check even the process out. But a lot of people still have well over 50 to 100K vault value, and people are wanting to get some money, some return back out of it. People need to pay for stuff and do things. There's a lot of people that are way too deep into this, but if you can get some of this money out and put that right into the Omi token with ease, I think we're going to see a huge upswing. Because I know for a fact, even though I might not cash out right soon, but when I do cash out, it's probably going to be right into the Omi token.
Well, it's funny you say that. I think, and this is definitely the case for us. I'd imagine it's the case for a lot of people, is that most people that are really early to Veve are probably up in their Veve vaults. They're probably plus money. May not be a lot, but they're probably plus money. With how low Omi is, I would probably guess more people than not are down in Omi. I'm sure there are a bunch of early Omi people that are up, sure. But the common Omi person is probably down with how bad Omi is, right?
People are heavy accumulating with in between like 4/10 and a cent.
Right. So I would imagine that a lot of people will take some Veve profits and then dump into Omi to dollar cost average, because the price, assuming Omi doesn't, double. Randy tweeted something that Omi has doubled in a day before.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's going to double, but if stuff like that happens where a bunch of people just dump out of Veve, just for, not even their whole vaults, but some of it, because nobody's going to, the big whales are not going to dump their whole vaults this early. But, you could see a big climb in Omi if just because people want to get in at such a low price while they're cashing out profit in Veve.
Yeah. I mean, and this could work. This could work both ways. Like we know Randy's got plenty of money tied up in the Omi token. Like if we see a lot of people pull out, go into the Omi token, we see the Omi token price jump. These big Omi whales might parlay right back into the Veve app and shut those prices right back up again. So Omi Veve transfer will give us a nice little balance between the two, and hopefully create a more stable marketplace at least. And a trusted marketplace at that, because now you'll have no fear of I want to buy a Darth Vader for 2K right now. I'm gonna move some ETH over into my Omi, swap it in, and here's my Vader.
So question for you, I know you don't really care too much about the tokenomics behind the scene about Omi right now, just because it's still pretty unclear as to how buyback might work in the reserve or whatever. How much Omi do you think is burned without? I don't know if you've been keeping.
Dude, I don't even know.
I'm curious to how much you think.
It's a couple 100 million
overall. All right, I'll give you the background now, just in case you forgot.
What's the total? What was the total Omi supply?
So the reserve wallet. So how much has been burned from the reserve wallet? It started with 300 billion. Okay. So the question is, how much has been burned out of 300 billion? Or the vault wallet. It got burned. It gets burned from the vault or the reserve. It's
150.
No, it has not. We have not burned 50%. I would love it to be the case. That would be unreal. But we just crossed the 60 billion threshold. I think this past week, some point this past week. I think we're near 61. So that's over 20%. So that's very good. And I think, and this is what was really happening, and I think it's so clutch that if MTL does come with Omi this low, is that when the marketplace jumps up, you saw what it was like in January when Veve's NFTs were booming. The Omi burn in the reserve wallet or whatever wallet it is, reserve or vault, whatever, was astronomical, but it would only be that much more astronomical this time around because Omi is, 90% less of what it was back in January. So it's something to think about. That reserve wallet could really go quick if you get NCL in the next few weeks and Omi stays, pretty close to where it's at.
That could be quite a show. Might warrant another episode.
Very well. It should. It definitely should.
But I think got a lot of content out today. A lot of good talking points. A lot of good things to look at. Marketplace steals, and hopefully you guys picked up something out of the video. Again, Cam and I just kind of having fun talking about what we enjoy to talk about. We have on the phone for about an hour a day, just
pretty much
chatting BS like this. So
yeah.
Shout out to Yankees today. Aaron Judge, pay that man. Thankfully,
the soon to be captain. So want to also let me get my shout out. We got over 100 views for the first time in the last video, so got to thank all those viewers. Hopefully, all 101 of you are back. It looks like this video is about to close. So, Deco, send us off.
All right. Again, thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, follow the journey. Again, Brandon.
Yes, sir. And I'm Cam.
Adios.
Thanks.